episode 3 of the 2025 Drifter Cross Build Series. I'll give you a quick update of what we've accomplished so far. Just to recap, we've got these badass Legend Arc piggyback shocks with the matching orange decal that they equipped us with. We've got the Bassani Road Rage 3 exhaust system on here. It fits beautifully. It's a very tight fit. We had to put a couple of spacers in the back here to make it fit, but in the catalog they made it fit, so we made it fit too. We've got the motocross style pegs on here, the Arlen Ness big sucker air cleaner, and these are just paper outlines of the graphics that Christy's designed. She's going to change them a little bit, but they're going to be very similar to this. And if you look at the difference of this bike compared to what it looked like with the 11-inch shocks, it's come around this side here and show them. It's shocking. It's shocking the different presence the bike has. It looks almost like an off-road motocross bike, and that's what I've heard they handle like a dirt bike once you set them up like this. It's supposed to be really easily. So we have, of course, the motocross peg here. We've got the 4-inch risers. We just swapped off to, this is the third set of bars that we've had for it. The original factory ones are similar, but they had 2-inch of a pullback. What brand are these bars?
These are still Biltwells.
Biltwells.
The difference with these is the ones that we had before, we ordered them not knowing that they were 1 1/8" clamps, so we couldn't run them, so we had to switch back to a 1-inch clamping area.
Thank you. Yeah, and you see we have the Hart lock-on grips on here, the ODI lock-ons. Those are badass. It does feel like a dirt bike when you grab the bars. We went with the chrome bars to match the, well, the forks are being polished right now. They're down in the detail shop, but you got to check this out. Look at this. This is 6 hours of labor to get this wheel looking like this. It went on the Vapor Blaster, then they repainted. This is a Harley-Davidson silver rim paint, actually from Harley-Davidson, exactly what they put on the factory, and then a 3-stage polish of the aluminum lip, and then a three-stage sanding, 320, 600, 800, and then polished it with 3 different types of rouge, so it looks like chrome. The wheel looks spectacular. So that's the look of the front wheel. The forks are getting polished like chrome. We already installed the progressive monotube fork inserts. It's a cartridge fork to replace the horrible dampening that these have stock. Of course, we got the headlight in here, and might have forgot a couple things, but we just got another shipment in today for episode 3 here. Let me show you what we got. This is from Bun King. We're a dealer for Bun King. We order this stuff direct. And these crash bars, these are the same ones that Brennan ran on his 3rd place overall for the season AMA Drifter Cross Championship Series bike. These are badass. They call this, I forget what they call it, but it's a high-low crash bar. This thing's pretty heavy, man. It's got to be 20 pounds, and it's super beefy. It's designed to be able to slide down the street at 30 miles an hour and not total your bike. Can you hold this to the front of the bike, yeah, Andrew? Bun King thought of everything on this. It's like the ultimate protection for your Sportster. And they make these for the baggers and for the Dynas too. You know, I thought this is really cool. They have a highway peg that actually mounts right behind this slider. It mounts right on there so your feet won't slide off. And it gives you basically like a highway peg setup, but it doesn't reduce any of your clearance for dragging or anything. It won't get damaged in the event of a crash. Brennan's dumped his a bunch of times and actually bent this, which is solid steel, so it must have taken quite a hit. But this will protect your expensive exhaust system, your pegs, the whole side of the bike. It'll even keep your bars from hitting the ground 90% of the time. Now, Bun King thought of everything. Like I said, they also have a small mount that you can put a Baja Designs, one of the little cube lights on here. So this will function now not only as a crash bar, it works as highway pegs and a mount for your Baja Designs light, which will give you much more visibility at night, and everybody will see you coming. The other thing that we got from Bun King is a passenger peg replacement that goes right into the stock factory slot for the passenger peg, and it sticks out 4 inches, so if you lay it down, it won't wipe out your pipe. So your passenger still has a peg, but you've got essentially another crash bar for the side. That was a brilliant thing that they thought of doing right there. So it does not move like a regular peg, won't go up and down. And then we've got the shock sliders. These will mount on top of the Legends right here. And this is a 4-inch. They make a 6-inch too. I thought the 4-inch should be fine. And it gives you complete motorcycle protection, crash protection for the side. We also bought one of their matching shifter tips for the factory shifter. It's a little bit longer, and it's going to give you the ability to shift a little bit easier. The stock original one's a little worn anyways, and it won't wear out your boot top because they're smooth. The other thing they thought of is when you jack up your shocks 3 inches, well, you're going to need a new kickstand because it's going to be leaning over way too far. So they have a Bung King kickstand extender that you put 2 screw holes in the bottom, and it screws right on there, and that'll keep the bike sitting proper, like just the same way it did before you did the lift kit. Guys, this thing looks absolutely badass, and we're going to show you why you need the Bung King kickstand block. Check this out. This is stock kickstand. It looks like it's about to flip over. If you put it on a hot tar during the summer, the thing's definitely going down. Show them how the Bung King works. Look at that. It's the exact same angle as it was stock with the Bung King on there. We of course got to screw it on, but you get the whole idea. It's a necessity. If you're putting 14s on, go to bungking.com and order yourself a spacer they make for the kickstand, which is, I think it was 2.5 inches. Is that what it was?
I think just 2.
2 inches, yeah. So stay tuned. The forks are down at the detail shop getting polished. We already put the kit in them. We're going to reinstall the forks, the front wheel, the brakes. We're restoring the original factory rotor right now. So we're going to resurface that, and we'll be firing this bad boy up, and you can hear this Bassani Road Rage 3. These sound wicked, man. So the other thing we want to do is we're going to put a rev limiter on it. Right now, I think it's 5,500 RPM, if I'm not mistaken. We want to put a rev limiter. I don't know what the hot setup is, but we'll find out, like 5,000, 5,200, whatever it is. So you can bounce this thing off the rev limiter and not worry about floating your valves or anything. Plus, it sounds wicked cool too. So, which is half the fun of riding these. But I'm pretty pumped. I can't wait to wheelie this thing. The bars are on point. We got the pegs, the suspension. Oh, we also went with the Shinko 777. We showed you in the last video. That's mounted now. This is the stickiest rubber on the market by far. They don't last that long, but who cares, man? It's all about having fun. This isn't like an economy commuter. This is a specialized weapon that we're building here. So to compete in drifter cross and just have a lot of fun on. So stay tuned. Wow. That's what I said when I walked in the room. We just stand back and look at it, and a total metamorphosis from mild to wild. Probably the biggest differences for me are the wheels. These 13-spoke Harley mags with the Legend shocks just give it a totally different look. It went from the wide glide 48 front end to the narrow glide. Although we were originally going to powder coat everything on it, but I was like, I kind of like the contrast between the last FXR we built, like last month. We just finished our FXR build. We went with the same Legend shocks in a 13-inch in black, and they kind of like just weren't really that noticeable. They didn't jump out, but the silver raw aluminum Legend shocks with the black spring just pop. But the stance of the bike is outstanding. I was surprised to see that the progressive monotube inserts, which are a full cartridge style fork with heavy duty springs, we put both spacers on there.
Yep.
So it has both preload spacers, which is as stiff as you can get. It jacked the front end up probably 1.5 inches, 2 inches, because the original 2010 forks were so bagged out, they were just sagging down. So it's got the brand new cartridge inserts. It's set up the front end much higher. The fender's in the paint shop, but I love the way it looks with no fender. I don't know, what do you guys think? Should we leave it, if we're just stunting, if we're not riding through the rain or anything, I think leave the front tire off for stunting. I think it would look pretty cool. But the front end came out spectacular. That's a 39 millimeter narrow glide Showa front end off a 2007 Sportster. And Carlos put the magic on this front end, man. He's one of the best polishers I've ever seen. The whole front rim here was completely polished, and he used the Harley-Davidson hammered aluminum finish. It's a spray finish to paint the inside hub and all of the inside spokes right from Harley-Davidson. It matches the exact original product. And then everything else was polished. The rims and the spoke edges came out spectacular. It's got the Shinko 777, which will really hook up. Carlos spent 6 hours on the front wheel and 4 hours, 10 hours, 10 hours total polishing the front forks. This isn't chrome. It looks like chrome, but the chrome forks, but it's polished aluminum. He also polished the triple clamps. He polished the headlight visor, which was originally black. It's got the chrome ring here. We have the 4-inch chrome risers. We went with the Built-Well Moto style bars, which are perfect. It feels like you're riding a motocross bike. So, and that's chrome too. So the contrast between the chrome and black, I think, is awesome. Original plan was a powder coat. We went with this polished look instead. The front fender is getting painted black. The next thing you'll notice is we got the Bung King dual crash bar, high and low, and it functions 3 ways. Not only is it a lower and upper crash bar, but they just came out with these recently, these inserts that screw right on and work as a highway peg, and they have these real sharp tips on them, so your feet will just be locked on there, which would be great when you're cruising down the boulevard. And also, they sell these light mounts so you can put your Baja Designs little cube lights on there, so you can have one pointing straight and then one pointing down for when you're riding wheelies. So that'll be awesome. The Hart grips are on. I love these. These are ODI lock-on grips. The Hart, Gary Hart, the stunt rider. The Arlen Ness intake and the exhaust are on here. There's Bassani. This is the Bassani Road Rage 3 high output, which comes with the heat shield. These beautiful welds, and the headers on this goes from 1 3/4 to 1 7/8 inch, and then it goes back a little bit farther and tucks up higher, so you won't hit it on if you lay it down low, it just won't bottom out. We had to space this out a little bit to clear the 14-inch Legends, but just been really cool seeing the metamorphosis before with the low 11-inch. Do you have one of the shocks handy? I got to show you the shocks. They're such garbage. The shocks that come standard on Harley they probably cost them. I'll bet they don't pay over $30 for a set of these. I mean, they're absolute garbage. These are the original ones. They're all worn out and crusty, and they're 11 inches. They're like, I mean, come on, So total game changer. We're an Öhlins dealer. We've done a lot of Öhlins builds. The last FXR and this we do with the Legends. A lot of the stunt riders run the Legends. They're bigger than the Öhlins and beefier looking, and it just has a real dramatic change in the way it looks. We haven't done the chain drive yet. We got a black sprocket that's going on here, 55 tooth on the rear with a 22 in the front. Stock is this is a 51. We ordered a 55 tooth, which has 4 extra teeth, which will gear it right down. But that'll be the next episode. We'll put the chain drive on, the gold chain. Then take a look at this wheel now, and you'll see the after. If you're looking close in the painted surfaces on the inside, it's original. It's a little crusty. We already polished. They polished this edge in the detail shop, but they didn't do it like Carlos does it. It was like a quickie polish just to get a little shine on it. But it'll look like chrome when he's done with it. So the only pieces of the puzzle left that are missing are the Accel orange plug wires, the ThunderMax tuner, which the ThunderMax ECM is considered the best on the market. It's totally tunable and settable. You can adjust your idle. You can adjust your rev limit. So you can set it like 5,200 so you can bounce it off the rev limiter all the time without floating your valves or blowing it up, and it just sounds wicked. You've got the passenger peg crash bar here now and the shock crash bar. So you can lay this thing completely down on the side and it won't touch any of your new expensive components on it. So we still have the original tank. I got the NOS brand new tank that's going to go on it next. I happen to have one in stock, a brand new 2010 Sportster 48 tank. Woody's going to paint this side cover for us. It's got a couple dings in it, and I think the rear fender too. And then it'll be ready to take it to the show or to the drifter cross race. Or I'm also going to probably take this down to Thompson Motor Speedway on their track days, take it out on the track and beat the stuffing out of it. Should be fun, in addition to doing some entry-level stunt riding stuff and maybe try to take it around the drifter cross track at one of the events. So I'm pretty excited with the way it came out. I think it looks awesome. I don't know, what do you guys think? And if we missed anything, let us know. But I'm pretty sure we got all the bases covered here. Just to reiterate, the tuner, chain drive, and the polished rear wheel, and a couple other doodads for the next episode, and she'll be pretty much done, besides the tank and graphics and cosmetics. So let me know what you guys think of this series, and hit the like and subscribe. And as always, God bless America.